Hi, I'm Dan Reinecke with Unknown Media. Today I'm going to show you how to highlight a select color in your black and white photos. Let's take a look.
So for this we have this image, this baby. So what you're going to do is go select color range. Now what this is going to do is allow you to literally select a color range just by, you can do it through here. What I like to do is go sampled colors, and it gives me my little eyedropper tool, and let's take the color of the flowers. So you select that. As you can see, what's going to show up, what's going to get selected is going to be shown up here in this black and white image. So you're going to go ahead and just select the values of that. Now if you click around, you notice certain different things show up because the values of the color vary. Now what you want to do is hold your shift button, which will bring up this plus sign, as you can see. Now what that's going to do, it's going to add to that selection. So again, the more that you select, the more color values of that you select, the more that's going to show up here. Now another thing that you can do is select the fuzziness. This is going to be the fuzziness of the selection. So how much of that color value is actually going to be picked out. Now notice if you go all the way up, large part of that image is going to get selected, and you don't necessarily want that. You just want those flowers. So find a good point to where the flowers are selected and nothing else. Now click OK. As you can see, your flowers are selected. Now if you want to adjust that, go up here into the layer or into the select tab and go down to refine edge. Now refining the edge, you're going to have a few different view modes. This is obviously the color itself on white. You can have an overlay to wear that, but as you can see, that's not too good for this because the colors are actually pretty close to red. You can go on black, which I want to stick with that. So this is going to show exactly what we have picked out. Now from here, you can feather the selection, you can increase the contrast of the selection, you can shift the edge of the selection. Really, it's all up to you, but you just want to get as much of that color selected as possible. I'm going to go ahead and increase that range. So this looks like a pretty good selection. All the colors that I can see that I want are actually being selected. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So we have that selected. So from here, I'm going to go copy. I'm going to go new layer in the layer panel drop down tool. We're going to say new layer and simply create a new layer. Now on this layer we're going to go edit, paste. So now if we make the background go away, you can see exactly what we have. So from here we're going to select the background and we're going to go layer, duplicate layer. We're going to create a duplicate background. And then on that, the duplicate of the background, we're going to go up here and go image, adjustments. I'm going to go desaturate. And voila. Basically what this is our one layer up here that has all the color in it is going to be at the very top, so it's going to show through. And then right below that we have a black and white layer, so all we get is black and white. Now if you notice here on the bottle, maybe you don't want that to come through, and I know right now I can tell you I certainly don't. So we're going to go up to that layer and we're going to create a layer mask. Now again, this is all visible here in this layer mask. So we're going to take our brush tool and we're going to select black to make it disappear. And then we simply go in there and mask out those color values. So now, as you can see, just the color of the flowers in the jacket are coming through. Now if you want to go further with that, say you liked the orange in the bottle as well. Now what you're going to do is, again, you're going to grab your background with the black and white image invisible. So you're going to select the background. Now we're going to go back up here and go color range one more time. Now we're going to select the color values of the bottle. Now this is going to be a little bit trickier because, as you can see, the bottle itself having the orange, which is more of a red tone, it'll start to bring in skin tones and even color from a hair, and you maybe don't want that. So let's go ahead and go localized color clusters. Now what that's going to do, it's going to give me a range. Now range is obviously going to be the range of the photo that we want to select the colors from. Now with that, it's at 100% right now, meaning select them from the whole photo. We don't want that. Let's decrease that a little bit. And as you can see, her face and hair start to leave. And it's just leaving us with this down here selected. But if you go too far, again, it's going to disappear. So just find kind of a happy medium that leaves you satisfied. And that's good for me. So I click OK, and as you can see, our selection's down here. Now again, we'll go refine edge, and this is our selection. As you can see, we kind of have her face coming in a bit, and we don't necessarily want that. But again, that can all be adjusted through masks. And so again, you have the orange selected. Go ahead and adjust your feather and your contrast and all that, and even with that, it can take away some of that face that's coming through. So go ahead and click OK. We have our selection. Go up here and go copy. Then again, above our black and white image, we'll go ahead and go layer and create a new layer. Now that new layer is going to show up, and then we can paste the orange onto it. And as you can see, the orange is coming in, but man, so is a lot of orange in her hands and her face even. So what we're going to do is go ahead and create another mask. Again, it's all visible, so we take our brush tool, we have the black selected, and then we just want to get in there and remove the orange that's in her fingers, because we don't want that. So there you have it. That is how you select those color ranges. And again, you can really play around with this any way you want. One more thing I guess I'll show you is probably the easiest way to do it, which is simply, let's get rid of those. You have your black and white image right here. Now this is going to take a bit more time, but it could be worth it. So you have your background, your black and white copy of the background. Going to create a layer mask. Again, this is all showing through. And now exactly how we did to remove the orange, now you're going to basically do it to remove the black and white. So you're going to go in there with a finer brush and you're going to remove the black and white values. So now your black and white effect isn't being shown. It's actually being removed in these parts that you're painting, and the background is actually showing up. Now this is a much more controlled way of getting this effect. Granted, it will take a lot more time, but for certain photos, it can most certainly be the most beneficial way of doing it.
And that's how you highlight a single color in black and white photos. I'm Dan Reinecke. Take your best shot.